Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. We have some new action happening out of the United States Congress regarding new legislation to help veterans. Now, I wanted to share this with you. If this is something that you support and believe in, then you must actually reach out to your congressional district office, talk to a staffer there, email their office, stop by and say hello, do something and let them know that you support the legislation. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it here. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can do that by becoming a member. That does help support the channel, and it helps me to find you quicker in the comments. You can go to the homepage. You'll see highlighted members and a join button there. All right, so with that, let's jump into it. I found this as a press release on Congressman Carbajal, representing California's 24th district, which is there on the central coast of California, and a press release on his website there, his congressional website. So the headline is Representatives Carbajal helps introduce, yeah, I guess it's just his. So Representative Carbajal helps introduce bill to address lapse in VA healthcare. Bill would allow service members transitioning to veteran status enroll in healthcare benefits sooner than currently allowed. Now, look, this isn't going to affect every single one of us. That's just the way that it is. I've said this before. I said it recently in another video. Look, the benefits that we enjoy today were on the back of other veterans who helped pave that way. We need to, in a way, pay it forward and help our brothers and sisters that will be coming out. And in some cases, these will be our children, or even in some cases, our grandchildren that will be exiting the military at some point. And, you know, it would be nice if they had a better transition than us. I'm just saying. So with that, let's go ahead and move on. It says here, today, Congressman Carbajal joined U.S. Representatives Young Kim and Juan Ciscomani, Jill Tokuda, to introduce the Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act. Okay, so there's the name of the act. So Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act. Contact your congressional office. Let them know that you support the Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act. So far, what we can tell is what this does is it helps to front load the enrollment into the VA system. So that way, when you transition, that part's already taken care of. Let's read through it and see if we can get any additional nuggets. Looks like there's a couple bullet points down here a little bit, so we'll jump into it. So this is a bipartisan bill to allow service members to opt in to the Department of Veterans Affairs patient enrollment. I 100% agree. Currently, members of the armed forces cannot apply for VA health care after they are discharged from the military until they receive their official separation documents. There's a quotation here. We should be making the transition from service member to civilian as smooth as possible for our veterans. And part of that is ensuring they get access to the high quality health care their service has earned them as soon as they separate. Reducing this limbo period and eliminating any lapse in medical coverage will prevent veterans with service injuries from falling through the cracks. And believe me, there are a lot of veterans that have fallen through the cracks. And I am proud to partner with Representative Kim on this common sense bill that which will allow and help thousands of California veterans, because he's in California, and other military families across the United States, said Congressman Carbajal. So remember that, I mean, look, they're all trying to get reelected and whatever, so they're always going to champion their state, their district, and so forth. But the fact is that for most of this stuff, it's going to affect every single one of us. Or you know what I mean. In this case, all the transitioning military members, regardless of what state they're in. So the Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act would, and there's two bullet points here, would create a 3-year pilot program allowing eligible members to opt in to VA health care during the 180-day period before their date of separation. and require the VA to report to Congress annually on the program and pre-enrolled members. So, two things. One, the veterans can choose, well, the soon-to-be veterans, the transitioning service members exiting service can opt into a pre-enrollment status essentially with the VA. Now, they chose the 180-day mark, which is approximately 6 months, and that's good because it mirrors the BDD program, which is the benefits delivery at discharge window, maximum window at 180 days to submit your claim. So while you're still in service, which is great. I think that that's wonderful. Educating service members on, look, you have 180 days till your discharge. You can file a claim and you can pre-enroll into the VA's healthcare system. You should do those. All right, moving on here. Our brave, another quotation, and sometimes you can pick things out of the quotations. Maybe things that you don't read, and the rest of it just kind of a read between the lines thing. So let's see what's going on here. Our brave service members should not have to worry whether they and their families can receive VA healthcare benefits as they transition to civilian life. The Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act addresses any lapse in care and gives our armed forces certainty they deserve, said Congresswoman Kim. As a wife and sister to a U.S. Army veteran, or two Army veterans, right? So wife and sister. So her sister or her brother, I don't know, served, and then her husband served as well. Supporting those who served in our nation's uniform and their families is personal to me. I thank Representative Carbajal and Ciscomani and Tokuda for joining me in this common sense effort, and I'll always have the backs of our brave military veterans who had ours. Next quotation. I often hear from our veterans of the difficulties they face in the transition to civilian life, and we must make every action possible to ensure none of these service members fall through the cracks or miss out on the benefits they earned. Currently, when members of the military leave their service, they are not eligible to receive certain veterans' benefits until they receive their official separation documents, which can result in months-long gaps in coverage. This is unacceptable. Our duty to care for our veterans starts the day they take off their uniform. I am pleased to join Representative Kim on this meaningful legislation to better serve our veteran population from day one and beyond, said Congressman Ciscomani. Which is great. I agree. The day you take off your uniform, you are now a veteran and you should be taken care of. Next quotation. Coming from a family of veterans, taking care of our service members is deeply personal. While we can never fully repay them and their families for their countless sacrifices, we must ensure they can get timely access to the health care and mental health services they deserve and are owed, said Congresswoman Tokuda. I'm not quite sure how to say it. That's why I'm proud to join Representative Kim in introducing this bill, which will help service members across the country gain early access to veterans benefits as soon as they transition to civilian life. The Combat Veterans Pre-Enrollment Act is endorsed by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, and Wounded Warrior Project. Companion legislation was introduced in the Senate by Senators Angus King, Joe Manchin, Kevin Kramer, and Mike Rounds. So they got the companion bill going, and then they have it on both sides, the House and the Senate side. Contact your congressional members, both House and Senate. Let them know that you support the act, and hopefully we can kick it across the finish line. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.